Hello, Shelley from Spin Cushions here, and today I'm going to show you how to make this square called Flores from my Siren's Atlas collection. Check out all the details on spincushions.com. The centre's a little bit different how we start, and it's got these little 3D aspects to it that I really like. I also really like the outside shape. It's pretty easy, I think, so let's get started. I'm going to be making my square all in the same colour, but I'll show you what to do if you need to change colours. Now with this one we start by attaching our yarn to a hook with a slip knot. Then we are going to chain 8, not too tight, not too loose, just normal tension. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now what we're going to do, making sure that chains stay the same, stay face up. You can see little V's, you don't want to see the back side. So we're going to twist the 8 chain around, and then we're going to find that first one and go over that strand and just into that little bottom loop, and we're going to join with a slip stitch. Oops. Sorry, I used the wrong. Use the right tail, will be even better. Okay, so there we've got a little circle. Now the next round we are going to do chain 3 starting chain or a false stitch. And then where we work that slip stitch, we're going to do a treble UK WS. We're going to start work over that tail a little bit too. And then all we do is 2 trebles UK doubles US over the top 2 strands in that bottom strand of every chain around. So we'll end up with 16 stitches. 1, that's 2. So you continue that all the way around. I'll come back and show you back here because it can be a little bit tricky to see the last chain to work into. Okay, so I've done 14 stitches. Now the last stitch we're going to work into is here. What you can see there, that's the slip stitch we joined with. So we want to, this is our last chain. You can see the 2 strands. We want to go into that little hole there. It's 15 and 16. Now we're going to join with a slip stitch to our first stitch. If you're changing colours, you join the same way. Okay, so there we go, that's round 2 done. Okay, the next round is quite easy. We're going to do a double crochet UK, single crochet US in the same space as our slip stitch. Then we're going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to do a double crochet UK, single crochet US in the next stitch. That's all we're doing all the way around. Chain 6, stitch in the next stitch. So we'll have 16 loops and 16 stitches when we finish this round. I'll come back and show you when we're finished. Okay, so I've nearly finished my repeats. All I have to do now is one last chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and join with a slip stitch to our first stitch. Okay, so that is round 3 done. The next round, these chain loops is what creates that 3D sort of look. It's quite easy this round as well. All we're doing is a double crochet UK, single US in the same space as our slip stitch. And we're going to chain 2, push that loop forward, and in the next stitch do a double crochet UK, single crochet US. So chaining 2, push the loop forward and stitch in the next stitch all the way around. I'll come back and show you at the end. Okay, I've almost finished my repeats. I've done chain 2. I just need to push that last loop forward and join with the slip stitch to my first stitch. Same if you're changing colours. Goodness me. Okay, now the next round is where we start to square off. So we're going to chain 3 starting chain or a false stitch. Then we're going to skip the 2 chain space. Then 2 times we're going to do this mini repeat, which is a double crochet UK, single crochet US in the next stitch, 2 doubles or singles in the 2 chain space. That's our mini repeat. So that's once. We do it again. Twice. Then we do a stitch in the next stitch, skip that 2 chain space, and in this next stitch we'll do a treble UK WS, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a treble UK WS in that same stitch. So that's our corner and that's our side. I'll come back and show you how to finish off. Right, so I've done my repeats. All I need to do now is to do a stitch treble UK WS in the same space as our slip stitch, so the base of where that last one was. Now if you're changing colours, chain 4 and join to a slip stitch to the top of your first stitch, or chain 3. I am not changing colours, so I am going to chain 1 and I'm going to join with a treble UK WS to that first stitch. So I've done a yarn over, inserting my hook, loop to the front, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. So you can see each corner is 4 chain. Doing that 1 chain and joining with a stitch, that's put us in the middle of that 4 chain space, like it's a pretend 4 chain space. This treble stitch takes the place of half of our stitches. This 1 chain and part of the stitch takes the place of our first 2. So what we're going to do next is work over that stitch, pretending this is chain space. Now it can be handy if you're not used to my method of doing things this way, just to chuck a scrap of yarn into that hole, and that shows you where you are going to be working your stitches. Okay, so the next round we're going to start with chain 3 or a false stitch. Then we're going to do 4 trebles UK doubles US over that joining stitch. So where that yarn is, just poke your whole yarn in there, in that hole. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and we are going to do a double crochet UK, single crochet US in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There should be 2 stitches left to skip. 1, 2, and in this 4 chain space we're going to do 9 trebles UK or doubles US. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's our corner, 9 stitches with skipping 2 either side and 5 stitches in the middle. I'll come back and show you how to finish off this corner. Okay, so I've done all of my repeats. Well, now what's left to do is to do 4 stitches in the same space as our first stitches, which is where that stitch marker is, or that big hole you can quite easily see. 1, 2, 3, Okay, so you finish off the same way even if you're changing colours. We're just going to join with a slip stitch to our first stitch. Okay, now the next round we're going to chain 3 starting chain or false stitch. Then you're going to do a stitch in the same space as that slip stitch. Then we're going to do 2 stitches, trebles UK, doubles US, in the next 3 stitches. So it helps if you count to 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6. Then we do just 1 stitch in the next stitch, so that's 7. So you finish on 7. Then we skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and do a double crochet UK, single crochet US in that middle stitch of the side. Skip 2 stitches, 1 stitch in the next stitch, 2 stitches in the next 3 stitches, so again count to 6 if that helps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoops, 6. So that's our side. So the next stitch should be the 5th one of our 9 treble group. So if we count back, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Good. Now our corner in this case is 3 stitches, 3 trebles UK, doubles US. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is our side and corner. I'll work my way around and show you how to finish off. Alright, so I've worked my way around. The last thing to do is to do 1 stitch in the same space as our first stitches. So you can see that's my first false stitch, and that's the stitch we did in the same space as our slip stitch. So that hole there is where we want to work it. And then we join with a slip stitch to our first stitch. Same if you're changing colours. Okay, so there we go. That is round 7 done. Pardon me. Okay, round 8 is we're going to work, you can see on this one, you've got like a little line of stitches here because the next round is worked into the back loops only of the stitches. You can see it quite clearly on that stitch there, can't you? So it's easy to do. Pardon me, I have had a bit of a cold. So the first stitch is a double crochet UK, single crochet US in the same space as a slip stitch. Then we are going to do a double crochet UK, single crochet US in the back loop only of the next 5 stitches, I'm sorry. So you can see there's the 2. Normally we'd go under the 2, but now we're just going to go into that back one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to do a half treble UK, half double US in the next 3 stitch, back loop only of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do a treble UK, double US in the back loop only of the next stitch. Just the one, we're in the middle of the side now. And then we repeat what we've just done in reverse order. So a half treble UK, half double US in the back loop only of the next 3. That's 1, 2, 3. A double UK, single US in the back loop only of the next 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now next stitch should be the middle stitch of the 3 that we worked into the 1 stitch, and it is, which is great. So our corner is actually in the stitch, not the back loop, actually under both loops. A stitch, 2 chain and a stitch. So there you have it, a side and a corner. I'll come back and show you how to finish off. Alright, I've worked my way around, I've done all my repeats. Now I just need to do a stitch in the same space as our first stitch. So that is right there. Now, if you're changing colours, chain 2 and join to a slip with a slip stitch to your first stitch. If you're not changing colours, just like we did before with this 4 chain space, we're going to end up in the middle. Remember, each corner here was 2 chain, so we're going to do 1 chain. Sorry, that in the right spot. Okay. Chain 1, I'm putting that stitch marker in to mark the 2 chain space, and then I'm going to join with a double crochet UK, single crochet US. So I put my yarn in, hook in, yarn through to the front, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So what that's done, what have I done? Sorry, I'm just going to do that again. Yes, okay. So it's a bit harder to see because it's only a 2 chain space we're replicating here, but the chain 1 takes place of the first chain in the 2 chain space, and that stitch takes place of the second one. So the next round we're going to be working over that joining stitch. So where this stitch marker is, you just poke your hook in there, we're working over that joining stitch, double crochet UK, single crochet US. That's our first stitch of the round, and then we're just going to do stitches in every stitch along. So our first one here, you can see where that's joined to, those 2 lines, 2 strands there, that's where we're doing our first stitch. And there should be 19 stitches all the way along. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18, 19. And our corner in the 2 chain space is 1 stitch, double UK, single US, chain 2 and 1 stitch. So very easy round. I'll come back and show you how to finish off. Right, so I've done all of my repeats. Now this is where the stitch marker comes in handy with this end in this round. We need to do a stitch in the same space as our first stitch, which is where that scrap of yarn is. Then if you're changing colours, chain 2, join with a slip stitch. We're not changing colours, so I'm going to chain 1, move that stitch marker, promise I'm not normally this fumbly, it's just because I'm working through the camera, it's hard. Okay, now joining with a stitch again, double crochet UK, single crochet US to that first stitch, yarn through to the front, yarn over through 2. So again, we're doing exactly the same for the next round. We're just going to be doing 21 stitches along each side. So we start with a stitch over that joining stitch where the stitch marker is, and then a stitch in every stitch along. So that's the first one there. I think you know how to do this one. I'll come back and show you how to finish off. Right, so I have worked my way around, done all my repeats. I just have one more stitch to do, which is where that stitch marker is, a stitch in the same space as that first stitch. And this time, because we're finishing off, we're going to chain 2 and join with a slip stitch to that first stitch. Get rid of that, find my scissors. Right, so there you have it, Flores. Now again, because I've used different yarns, I will get a slightly different size. Once I block this one, you can see my Bendigo Wool and Mills cotton will be slightly bigger, just slightly, than my Cascade Ultra Pima cotton square. That's okay, if you're using the same throughout, it'll be all fine. If you want to make this one a little bit smaller, leave off a round or 2. If you want to make it bigger, add another round like we just did the last 2. Yeah, so there you go. We have Flores. Don't forget to check out my blog spincushions.com for more crochet fun, and sign up to my newsletters while you're there. Thanks very much. I'll see you later.